It happens.
Which way you're going?
God grant you health.
I'm looking for a fella called Goatskin.
What's that got to do with me? If you want to nose around here, you'll have to go through Chenyik.
Could you tell me more about this Chenyik?
Look, when somebody wants something here, they go and see Chenyik. I reckon that's all I have to say.
Right. I'm gonna see if I can find that Chenyik.
Here you go. That's the last one you'll get.
Hey, you fucking fucker!
What?
Who's beating him?
I'm sorry.
Hey!
Yeah. Nice hit.
This won't end well for you.
Yeah. Don't spare him.
Shouldn't have fucked with me. Hey, what are you lying here for? Hey, wake up!
I've got to knock this fighting shit off.
To hell with it.
I swear I won't be able to really think things would be better anywhere else.
I don't know.
Excuse me.
Don't you worry. I'll take...
What would you like?
We were to explain to you.
What are you here?
I'm looking for a fella called Goatskin. Do you know him?
You'd be surprised, the people I know.
So you know where I can find him?
Look here, youngster. Whether I know him or not, the main thing is I don't know you. Got it?
I might be a stranger, yeah. But everyone had to come here for the first time once, didn't they?
Well, that's true enough. This alehouse hasn't stood here since the creation of the world. Although some of the guests look like they have. If you need something, ask Chenyik. I just pour ale. And he might even tell you something about that bastard.
You're talking as if he's not here anymore.
Kurva. Just go and see Chenyik. I don't know nothing.
I'm looking for a fella called Goatskin. Do you know him?
Aye. But I reckon I ain't gonna tell you nothing.
Why not?
Because I don't know you, and you don't look like you fit in here.
Look, I completely understand you. Evil times, spies everywhere. Ah, you must have been stumped by this gear of mine. Thing is, I necked him from some student bloke in Corleen, innit? I ganged up with this slut called Kacharaba. She got her hooks in him when he'd had a skinful, and then I nicked all his gear and his glint. Poor bloke must have been mithered in the morning. Funny thing is, Kacharaba's as ugly as a pig's arse, so he didn't even get a decent shag out of it.
So you're in the trade. Should have said straight off. Our door's always open to the brethren. What was it you wanted to know?
I'm looking for Goatskin. I hear he used to come here.
Aye. Thing is, ain't nobody seen him here for a few days.
But he used to come here.
Aye. He was here day in, day out. Only this time some burly lads came here and duffed him up proper.
What happened to Goatskin? Does anyone know where he is now?
No word. But I reckon he's holed up somewhere, licking his wounds. Seems he's stuck his nose in a wasp's nest, and he won't be sticking it out again for a while. If you're going to look for him, try it at night. You don't stray far when he's on the job. Usually between Hradek and the horse market. He goes after drunks. So I try asking in the local drinking dens.
All right. What does he look like, though? He can't be the only fella who likes to relieve drunks of their purses.
God's truth. But you'll know Goatskin when you see him. They call him that on account of how he got kicked in the head by a goat as a nipper. He's got a dent in his forehead you could use for a game of marbles.
Thanks. I'll go and look for him.
I wish you luck then. He ain't the brightest. Once you're done with him, come by and see us.
If you've got some job for me, so what kind of work do you have for me?
A job worthy of your skills. Just a little test to see that you're not as dim-witted as that arsehole Goatskin. What is Wycliffe's first thesis?
Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven, said our Lord, meaning a return to simplicity.
Wrong. Second question. Which estate has the greatest reformatory potential?
The nobility.
While the nobility has the means to spread the Reformation, it lacks the motivation, not to mention that most nobles are corrupt. The answer is the common people.
After our talk about Goatskin, I didn't think you'd know about these things.
You thought we were just paupers who couldn't count to 5, didn't you? But now let's see who's the pauper. Last question. Who is the rightful king of Bohemia?
Wenceslas. There's no doubt about it.
Indeed. All right. Now let's talk about the job. Maybe this will disappoint you a little. It's he who will secure your place in our humble company.
Are you not mixed up with the Millers in any way, or what?
The Millers are just village vagrants. They care little for the future of the kingdom. They care only about the future of their shady deals. We call ourselves the Guild. We profess the ideals of equality and brotherhood. Our only law is the Holy Bible. Worldly justice is as fickle as a common whore, yielding to those who are in power.
Justice for me or the gallows. Aren't you afraid to end up there?
Friend, one must be willing to suffer for the truth. Sigismund is a usurper. And the church and the magistrates are but a lowly horse spreading her legs for Sigismund. As long as we go against Sigismund and honour the scripture, our souls remain pure.
What if I go and tell the bailiff you're calling him a whore? Just out of courtesy, you know?
Go ahead. Perhaps you are one of the lucky ones who are not harmed by Sigismund's presence in Bohemia. Maybe you don't mind selling a piece of your conscience by ratting us out. As for me, I will go to the town hall with my head held high. But you?
Don't worry. I was just teasing you. I think the same of Sigismund. Tell me about your operation here.
We are who we are and we do what we do. Like the early church of Jesus' apostles, in unity and fidelity to his words. I'm in charge. I plan all our missions. Goliath is the muscle. Knuckles, well, he mostly complains. But he also knows his way around locks. But we're all equal. We share the profits equally, but we don't do it for the wealth. We want to drive Sigismund out of this town.
How can I join you?
You want to join us already? I don't have to talk you into it. That's great. We're not particular about formalities. Let's just have a beer, and then you're one of us.
Here's to the guild.
To the guild! That reminds me, I'd like to throw a feast for the poor. The bigger the better.
Didn't you say you were just ordinary people with no money?
We are. And this is where Sigismund comes in. Because he's going to pay for the feast out of his own pocket.
That was a good one. How are you going to make that happen?
Me? No. You'll make it all happen. Listen carefully. Sigismund seized land down in the valley near Pach and built his personal warehouse on it, right under our noses as a provocation. There he stores fancy foods and gifts for his commanders, and for that red-bearded gob of his. Sausages, smoked meats, foreign spices, and more. Fancy delicacies from Italy, Hungary, Slavonia, and all the other shitholes where he owns land. While we're eating porridge and cabbage all the time. You will steal all the food you can carry from that warehouse. And as a nice token, you will leave there... Let's see... What would you leave there?
Stones?
That's clumsy. Cabbage. Leave cabbage. Get at least one head from the greengrocer and leave it there for Sigismund. Let him eat for once what we have in our bowls almost every day. But I'm warning you right now, no violence. Don't even think about slitting anyone's throat in that warehouse. The job isn't to punish some poor sod on guard duty. Is that clear?
Got it. What should I do with the stolen food?
You'll give it to the beggars. Let them feast like kings for once. It's not hard to find poor people in the town. There are also tents full of them in Minor Street, Church Street or Cobbler Street. When you're done, come and see me and we'll figure out what to do next.
Sigismund will be fucking livid he can't enjoy his fine sausages. Can I expect any help from you?
If you need some tools, stop by Knuckles. That's all I can help you with.
All right. I'll head out.
Good luck. Farewell, good sir.
Why is this all sticky?
I'm so hungry I could eat a horse.
Careful.
Well, doesn't seem too bad.
Home already? Ha! That doesn't mean anything.
Well, good day.
I told...
God. Where's he gone?
Greetings. Do you... Take care, sir.
Drink it. All the others tossed it just from the smell of it. Don't tell me.
I'm sorry.
You got a moment, lad? You're new here, aren't you? Has Chenyek talked the head off you already?
We spoke.
I'll give you some good advice to start with. It's just bullshit. By the way, they call me Knuckles.
It sounded pretty convincing to me.
Aye. Chenyek can sweet-talk people like no other. I mean, Chenyek talks about sharing stuff fairly and how we don't do it for the money. But you know what? It's horseshit. It's every man for himself down here, even if they say otherwise. And Chenyek just gives it such a nice polish.
Are you saying he lied to me?
More like, he didn't tell you the whole truth. I heard from friends that Sigismund has a bottle of very fine wine somewhere in his warehouse. The kind of wine that you don't often see in these parts. I have a buyer for it. So if you bring it to me, I'll give you half the coin he's paying for it.
Well, I'll stick to what Chenyek told me. I'm not complicating it by stealing wine.
Well, that's a shame.
Chenyek said you could give me some gear, too.
All that talk about equality, brotherhood. But when it comes to lockpicks, I'm supposed to give you stuff from my own stash. Here's something you might find useful.
Thank you.
Well...
That's bloody deep. Easy, good horse. Quick! God! God! Quick! Whoa! Whoa!
off! Quiet! Go away! Leave it! Shoot! Sod off! Quiet! Go away! Leave it! Shoot! Sod off! Quiet! Go away! Leave it! Shoot! Quiet! Go away! Leave it! Shoot! Quiet! Go away!
Go sniff somewhere else.
Sod
Get
off!
out of here, mutt. And better sod off.
Car! Quick!
This hole.
Are you blind?
Ow! Nice and slow. Whoa!
Excuse me.
A bit more, he said.
Good morning to you.
I brought you some food.
Sweet Jesus. I can't believe it. I must be dreaming. So much food. I'll feed my whole family and have some left over for the neighbors. Who do I thank for this feast?
All this is from the Kuttenberg Guild and the good King Wenceslas.
Is this how the guild takes care of us? Wonderful. May God bless our King Wenceslas.
Farewell, sir. Excuse me. Good morning.
I brought you...
Sweet jeez! I'll film. Who do I?
All this...
Is it Meg? See you later, my friend. Good people. Welcome. Look.
I brought you... Unfortunately...
What?
I brought you some...
Dear God, I'll feed who's...
All...
He's make...
Farewell, sir.
Greetings to you.
Now you'll learn that the church is rotten. Hear what Master Jan Hus the Prague teaches us. While their falsehoods and indulgences condemn all Christendom to eternal torture.
We've got enough to go around.
Have you killed? Hey!
Come and take
The softest linen canvas.
Come and take a look.
Welcome, sir.
I brought... Unfortunately, I...
What?
I brought you some...
Dear, I'll fill... Who's...
For...
Is it made... Take care. Greetings.
I brought...
Sweet Jesus, who do I...
All this...
Is this... May God... See you soon, my friend. Careful.
I apologize.
Hail. Good people, spare a groschen for a suffering wretch. Herzlich willkommen. What do you need? Viel Erfolg, Heinrich.
Would I?
Well, I'll still have to search.
Lay your fingers.
What is it you need?
Oh, you mutt.
Excuse me. Blessings to you.
What brings you here?
Good boy. Good boy. Look what I have for you.
Careful!
Fine wares here. Quality merchandise.
Go fuck yourself.
If you're gonna yell at each other, do it somewhere else. Look, man, for the last time, hand it over.
I'm broke anyway, so fuck it.
You don't have the coin?
Be careful.
All right, bastard. Come on, then.
I'll show you. Ah!
Just you.
I'm just
I'll be done with
getting
you in a flash.
started.
Hey!
Filthy vermin.
Stop fighting!
Put him in the stocks.
What? Good day to you.
I did what you asked me to do.
Great. So you robbed the chest and fed the poor,
The chest is emptied.
and you left the cabbage for him?
No.
Oh, it was such an easy task. Never mind. What about the beggars?
I fed as many people as I could.
You're a hero. Folk will really appreciate that, you know. Now, that wasn't so hard, was it? And that feeling of satisfaction. We may not be any richer, and yet...
You know what? I'm beginning to understand the guild's modesty.
See? And now, let's talk about your next job. Just before I tell you more about it, try talking to Rat. I'm sure there are a few side jobs for a chap like you. And Goliath could teach you how to throw a proper punch. He's the best brawler far and wide.
Who's that madman?
You said you have some more work for me. What is it?
Well, you might have noticed there's some houses in Kuttenberg with peculiar symbols on them.
What symbols?
Kind of little markings you'd easily miss if you don't know about them. But you'll spot them if you keep your eyes peeled.
What are they for?
Before we was here, before the guild, even before Sigismund turned up, this whole place was under the thumb of another gang. They didn't have a name, and they wasn't aiming at a greater cause like us. They was mostly thieves, but it was hard to get the drop on them. on account of how cunning they was.
And they use these symbols.
They thought them up.
And what were they for, these symbols?
It was a way of marking houses. One of the crew drew a symbol to send a message to the others.
Smart idea. But what's it got to do with me?
Being able to use them symbols would come in plenty handy for us. Think of all the benefits. We tracked down one of the old gang recently. His name's Hiii, but he used to call himself Greaser. He was a bit of a know-it-all and made fun of everything. I sent Hogg to find out the meaning of the symbols from him, but I'd rather someone else kept an eye on him.
Where can I find this Hiii Greaser fella?
I'm glad you're up for it. His house is on the edge of the check quarter, near the gate. Farewell, good sir.
Greetings to you.
What do you have?
Good day to you.
I'd like to learn
What are you in?
blood.
Oh, What are you in?
I'd like to
Fine.
What's the hold-up, innkeeper? I'll have a jug of wine.
Service is kind of slow.
How can I...
What's
From...
Do you know?
Not a... Oh, he's off and... But of... And...
I need.
I'll...
Let's talk. Satisfied.
That's... I... You'll bet...
Taken.
Time again. Hey, careful!
Chenyak one.
What does he want this time? That idiot would be better off finding himself a woman instead of thinking up damn fool shit. Let me guess. It's something real important that'll help us in our noble cause.
I'm supposed to keep an eye on Hogg, who went to find out the meaning of the old thieves' symbols around Kuttenberg.
And what do you think about it? Are you gonna help him?
I think so. It could help in our fight against Sigismund.
I guarantee you Sigismund don't give a fuck about no scribbles on houses. This is just a missed opportunity for us to line our purses.
You think so?
Look here, friend. If you find out something about them symbols, tell me. And I mean only me. I promise you, we'll make a fortune out of it. They ain't just any old symbols. They're thieves' symbols, see? Help me out, and you won't regret it.
Nah, I'd rather help Chenyek.
Don't be daft. Think about it. Chenyek's acting like a little kid, letting a great opportunity slip through his fingers. But us two would make a great pair, wouldn't we? Farewell.
Excellent. Here we... Even better. Good. I'll be right there. I apologize.
Excuse me.